Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And some breaking news for the Springboks and some really bad news is that LUKHANYO is reportedly set to miss the rest of the year and therefore the rest of the Springbok season, according to an article in the report this morning. Before we sort of go into exactly what that will mean for the Springboks, as well as a bit of an update on Honje Pollard and Bongi Mbonambi, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Now, we knew that LUKHANYO and Honje Pollard had both been ruled out of the Rugby Championship with knee injuries. We then saw that LUKHANYO had undergone surgery earlier this week after a picture was posted by someone who was in the hospital bed next to him. The article in the report now this morning has now indicated that the recovery time is expected to be 12 weeks. And it said whilst they are hoping that it might be a bit sooner, it is very unlikely that he will be playing in the end of year tour. And basically, he has been ruled out of the rest of the international season, which is a disaster because it was a dream season for LUKHANYO. In fact, people even go as far as putting him into the sort of World Player of the Year category. But yeah, it's now a massive test for the Springboks, and in a position where we've become so accustomed to world-class performances from LUKHANYO, somebody probably in the like at this rate, Jesse Creel being the front runner, is going to have to step up into those shoes. And I didn't think Jesse Creel did a bad job yesterday against the Wallabies. You know, he's a very different type of player to LUKHANYO. I mean, you can't just replace somebody who's arguably the best player in the world right now like that. There's always going to be a bit of a step down. There's always going to be something very different in the way that any replacement would be playing compared to the likes of LUKHANYO. However, Jesse Creel is somebody who's been under quite a lot of pressure in the last couple of months, and people sort of questioning his role within the box. It does look now that he will have an extended run in that 13 jersey, which is probably a good thing, because if LUKHANYO, for example, were to go down during the World Cup, we need somebody who's capable at 13, and we need somebody who's going to have played games recently within the Springbok system in that jersey. So it's a massive blow for the end of the year, because when trying to beat the likes of France, when trying to beat the likes of Ireland, having some of LUKHANYO is a massive boost for the Springboks. But from a building depth point of view, this is a big opportunity. Now, where this also gets very interesting is the fact that there are, at this stage, 2 SAA games. Now, the general thinking was that Jesse Creel was going to play at 13 for the SAA games, whilst LUKHANYO would play at 13 for the Springbok games. However, there is no LUKHANYO, which means if Jesse Creel is occupying the 13 for the Springboks, who will occupy the 13 for the SAA? Now, that sort of asks quite a lot of questions. First of all, are we going to maybe see somebody added to the squad? In which case, who will it be? Are we talking about a Ruan now? Can they sort of get the Cornel Hendricks health issue sorted out? Could we see somebody like a Similane or a Henke van Wyk being called up? There are a lot of there's a big opportunity now for someone to come in and have a go at 13. And if we don't bring somebody else in, could we see somebody in the current setup being sort of played at 13? Somebody like Caden Moody, for example, played a lot of centre before his career, very young, but in the SAA games, maybe they could have an opportunity to see what he could offer there. Could we see other players sort of moving into a 13? Or Galant, for example, is somebody who people have said could very well operate at 13. So it's going to be a big test of depth in multiple different ways, because we do have a very big tour, 7 matches there's supposed to be at least 6 confirmed at this stage in November. So it's not so much even just who's going to play in 13 during the Springbok matches, but who will play 13 during the SAA games. And then, following on from that, if there's another injury, for example, then where do we go with 13? So we've seen in the last week, and thankfully we won the match yesterday, we've seen how there is a limited depth in the likes of Hooker, 13, and Flauhawk, where we suddenly have had quite a few injuries. And thankfully, for example, the number 14 jersey, we've had, I think it's 5 different or 6 different players occupy that 14 jersey, and everybody sort of seems to be able to take the step up. But, Jesse Creel now is going to really have to step up and take control of that 13 jersey for the remainder of the year. But it does open up another opportunity for somebody else to get an opportunity at outside centre in those SAA games. So it's the worst possible player that the Springboks could probably lose in LUKHANYO, because he has been our best player. There's no doubt about it. But forcing us to maybe look at our depth could maybe be quite useful in the long run. So, you've got to try and treat every sort of setback as an opportunity, and this is what it is. We now need Jesse Creel to stand up and show us what he can do. We need him to prove that he is a viable option, and that if LUKHANYO goes down, we're not panicking, and that we can, somebody can slot in there and be able to do a job. So it's a very big opportunity for Jesse Creel as well as somebody else, but it's a massive blow for the Springboks. Also, Honje Pollard is set to be out for 6 weeks, so he'll be in a race against fitness for the end of year tour, because he is set to make his return sort of mid to late October. Bongi Mbonambi is also apparently not going to feature in the Rugby Championship. So he is back with the Sharks and looks like he's training quite hard. So hopefully he will be ready for the end of year tour. That is also potentially a position that could be a bit of a problem for the Springboks. Let me know who you'd like to see in the number 13 jersey down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.